Okay, folks. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Sunday Gospel Hour here in Green Country, Oklahoma. To be more specific, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Welcome to all of you. Happy Sunday to every one of you out there in Radio Land, wherever you are joining us from. Welcome. Today is the day the Lord has made. We will obviously, of course, most definitely rejoice and be glad in it. That is scripture, and that is what we do, those of us who are Christians. There's a day set aside for Christians to assemble because the scripture says it, that we should not forget the assembling of believers together. Howbeit, folks, welcome to the show, the Sunday broadcast today. My name is Sam Gadu. Wherever you're watching us from today, is the 7th of January. The month is going. Believe me or not, the same way the 2023 year ended so fast. 2024 is not waiting for anyone, period. It's not waiting for you. It's not waiting for me. It's moving on. It's left with you, who you moving with or how you are moving with your year. That's the fact. So you have to realize that as you move along with the year 2024, it's amazing. You got to have some plans. And that's why we're here again today, as we always do, to encourage one another to share ideas, common sense ideas, that will be able to help each and every one of us to move on a much faster pace, to be able to achieve our goals, our dreams, our aspirations, and what the year 2024 has to offer us. That is why we have to do this. But in the same vein, before we get started, we want you to share the link if you can. That would be very, very helpful to us if you can share the link on your various platforms so we can get this going on. It's a beautiful thing to get this thing going. While I am waiting for that, definitely I will be playing you a song. While I am waiting on that, I need to make sure that I okay, multi do not disturb control mode is there. That's good. Okay. So as you may have it, I'm going to play this song piece for you.
Tears on my face, I got no go shameless. If you break my enemy's disgrace, I got no go shameless. I give you all the praise, I got no go shameless. No matter what I am going through, I will end up as a victor. Because I'm a child of God, it is written on the scripture. Even in my trial times, when I am going through the course, Lord, I lift my head to you to full up my teacup. God protect my blessings, like Jacob and Esau. Make life easy for me, as if I am swinging on seesaw. We shall overcome, we shall be restored. And no matter how long the night is, the day is sure to come. I got no go shameless. He will lift me from grass to grace. I got no go shameless. He will wipe the tears on my face. I got no go shameless. He will break my enemy's disgrace. I got no go shameless. I give you all the praise. I got no go shameless. Papa fights my battle with your shield and buckler. Provide for me, cause you know say I'm a hustler. This is my time to crash out, cause I am tired to suffer. I want to achieve so many goals like the king of soccer. Protect me like Daniel in the lion's den. Protect me from them evilest friends. Them not love me, yet still them come for pretend. I'm not thinking that you are my only defense. We shall overcome, we shall be restored. And no matter how night is, the day is sure to come. I got no go shameless. He will lift me from grass to grace. I got no go shameless. Tears on my face, I got no go shameless. He will break my enemy's disgrace, I got no go shameless. I give you all the praise, I got no go shameless. No matter what I am going through, I will end up as a victor. on the scripture. Even in my trying times, and I am going through hiccups. Lord, I lift my head to you, to full up my pickup. God protect my blessings, like Jacob and Esau. Make life easy for me, as I am swinging on this one. We shall overcome, we shall be the storm. And no matter how long the night is, the day is sure to come, and God not will shame us. He will lift me from grass to grace, and God not will shame us.
Yes, indeed. The day will surely come when he will lift you from wrath to riches, from grace, from nothing to something. Papa God not gonna shame you. Papa God not gonna shame us. 2024 is not your year of failure. It is your year of success. It is your year of abundance. It is your year of a new change. 2024. And that is definitely what we'll be talking about today, folks. We'll be talking about the biggest word that most people are afraid of in the house. They are scared of that word. They are afraid of it. You know, there's challenges that comes to that word. We're all facing it every day of our life. And when you do, some of you get very, very good results. You know, there are difficulties too, but you have to persevere. You have to fight. You have to push. And it is that word called change. Change. That is the word we will be dealing with today while we play your music. All of you joining us, First Lady Naomi Goko, of course, I see you. Girl, how you doing over there? Hope you guys are enjoying all the good current in that Jawia is giving you over there. Every one of you joining us, welcome to the show. I just wanted to rub that in, y'all. Anyway, Papa God not gonna shame us. So this word, folks, I'm excited about this word. This is what I would love for us to talk about today. This word. Let me remove this sign stuff. Change. I'm stealing it from a buddy of mine, a pastor of mine, who has had two topics on it, but I'm attacking it today from a different vantage standpoint. Change. CHANGE. You see the guy who is holding the G, there is another letter on it, C. When you bury the G, it becomes chance. CHANCE, chance. You have to take chances to make a change. So you see, in life, you have to take chances in order to make a change. Changes doesn't come easily. Change is something that is very hard for people to do, to take, all of us. Change is good, though. It's a good thing. Why? Let me bring the topic. Why is change a good thing, and what makes it difficult? So these are some of the things we'll be talking about today. Why is change a good thing, and what makes it difficult? First of all, you want to look at the word. What is the word change? What? What is the word change? What does it mean? It's shifting from one thing to another, right? Turning around, making a difference, shifting from one thing to another. That is what change is, right? Namesake Sam, welcome to the show. Happy Sunday to you. First Sunday of the year, you know. I hope everybody went to church. Those of you who didn't go to church, this is the time you get to spend this time with me, right? So what makes change a good thing, and what makes it difficult, folks? Think about it. Around you, your life, what has held you down? In most part of your life, it's change, because we don't want to change. Sometimes we're not accustomed to change. Some people want to stay within the comfort of their zone. Some people don't want to get out of that comfort zone. Some people don't want to make a difference. It is not that they don't want to even make a difference, but you know, they drive the energy to have to be able to make that move. You know, it's difficult. A lot of us procrastinate. We become very reluctant, you know, even though we know that what the end result will look like will be something achievable, something good for us. But we sometimes, in most cases, don't want to execute that part of it. Why is change a good thing? Is change a good thing? Yes, it is. Change is a good thing. Take for instance, when you're moving, when you are so used to your furniture in your house or your bedroom in your room, used to one place, one certain area of your room or your living room, and you went to work. You come back and someone move all around and position it in different positions, of your house, your furniture and stuff like that. A lot of us will not take that lightly, will not enjoy, will not like it. But a lot of people will say, oh, okay, that was unique. That's interesting, right? So it leads you to having to see a different thing, have a different perspective. That is what change does. It helps you to see something else different, something new, right? So all your furniture layout changes around and stuff like that. And you're like, dang. But sometimes at first sight, when you see it, you're not comfortable. You feel like, the first thing that tells you, I think you were okay with where your furniture was. But then as time goes by, you begin to you begin to like it, right? You get accustomed to that new change, that new level. This is what life does. The life that we live is prone to change, right? We all have to make changes in our lives one way or the other. Every one of us. Change for the better or change for failure. There are negative changes, there are positive changes. Whatever change you make in your life has a negative connotation or positive connotation, one of them, right? So I am more or less focusing on the positive changes of life. So when I'm talking about change, something that every one of us are sometimes not used to, why change is sometimes difficult, especially when you do it too many times. We are progressives, we grow, we are human beings, we live, we expect new things every day. We don't like to be stagnant or stationary as human beings. That's who we are, because of that. It becomes difficult for us to get used to. Here in America, a lot of changes takes place because people are moving from one apartment to the next almost every month. People are moving from one house to another house, one apartment. Sometimes it's very hard to make. Those of us that ran moving companies in the past and stuff like that, very difficult. When you arrive at the customer's house and you see how difficult it is, they've been packing their stuff and they're not even done packing. Sometimes you, the movers, have to help them pack to complete it. You realize it's a daunting, difficult task. Very daunting task. Can you imagine? Sometimes it's painful. Change can be painful. But it's painful if it is a good change, because at the end of the day, you achieve something, that you are going through something, and the end result is something good. Just like you going to school, right? And you know that you are about to graduate out of high school or get your degree. That change, you have to change certain things, go through the stages of class and all of that stuff to be able to do all that stuff. Change, one has to have certain things in place. You got to have a different type of habit or mindset. Little bitty changes lead to something else. Every time you make a change, you create something for another change, right? An example for that is, let's look at weight loss. When you're losing weight, you decide to change the way you eat. Once you're losing weight, you see, you want to lose weight, but there are other challenges that comes along with it. There are changes or measures that you have to put in place in order for you to arrive to the goal that you set forward ahead of you. So let's say you want to lose weight, meaning you have to decide the way you eat. You have to choose a diet regimen consult, some of you probably will consult a nutritionist. You have to restrict yourself when it comes to calories, intermittent fasting, cleansing, eating different stuff. All of that stuff, you have to do it. Yeah, those are choices you have to make. Those are choices you have to make. It helps you to realize now that you're making that change, what grocery store to shop into, or where to go buy stuff, and what type of food you buy. Because what? You have decided to make a change. And even how you prepare the very food. So, spiritual change, physical change, spiritual change, they are interrelated. Same way. The same way we always try to make changes from the outside. What type of clothes we wear, the friends we hung up with, the habits that we get along the way, that we put on ourselves, that are holding us back, that are stalling us. The same thing goes with the spiritual part of your life, the spiritual change. I am dealing with this topic because this is the first of the year. And sometimes when you lay the foundation right, come December 2024, when you look behind, you will say you made the right steps going forward, right? So that is why you and all of us need to realize the most important thing for us to tackle, to handle here has to do change. We have to change for the better. A lot of us write our New Year resolutions, and on our New Year resolution list, there's one thing that you're going to have to execute to accomplish that list, and that's change. It's change. You have to execute, implement certain things in order to arrive to that list desire, whatever you want to accomplish on that list. So you have to make that change. Change is not an easy thing to do, right? There are a lot of things that comes with change, a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges that comes with change. Sometimes you are making a change and things are vague. It's not totally clear for you, right? You cannot see the end game. Sometimes you are afraid, and fear causes that. You have to realize that fear is of the enemy. God doesn't allow fear. God is not the author of fear. It's from the enemy. Fear of the unknown, fear of the things that you don't know will occur while you are implementing or making the change. But you have to have the faith and the belief that it will turn out for the better. It will turn out for the better. That's it. Once you have that mindset and that belief, folks, there's a lot. So this topic, I hope this topic will help each and every one of us as we go through this year, as we embark on the new year, 2024. We are just 1 week into the new year. 1 week, 7 days. That's it. So it's never late. We're still in our stage of preparation. We stay in our stage of laying the groundwork. We are still in our stage of building a foundation for a better change this year. Change is very important. And sometimes you have to be very intentional about change. But when I come back, you have to realize that sometimes the chance comes, and if you don't take the chance to make the change, you will end up finding yourself in what you call your comfort zone of no success. Your comfort zone that is moving nowhere. That is what. Enjoy this piece.
see, it's working for my good, yes. Everything is working for my good, yes. It's working for my good, yes. Even though I walk through the fire, yes, I will fear no evil, yes. It's working for my good, yes. Can't you see? It's turning around for my good. Yes, I know. It's working for my good, yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's a Mutoka. Oh, Mutoka. Oh, hey, Mutoka. Oh, Mutoka. Oh, hey, Mutoka. Oh, Mutoka. Oh. Beautiful song, beautiful Liberian song, beautiful song, Mutoka by David Mel. Special, special song. Folks, how is your Sunday going? So we're back. I have my colleague in the back who will soon be joining us, of course. Give me thumbs up when you're ready, so that way I can bring you on the stage. Okay. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year, fellow.
Yeah, follow. Many happy returns, my brother.
How you doing? How you doing? How's your Sunday going so far?
The Sunday is good, and it's a blessing to be here again.
Yeah, you looking sharp like you preached today. Like you didn't preach out today. or the man with the cross.
Whatever which way the name of the Lord is praised.
That's good. That's good. Man, you need to invite me when I come over. You gotta give me the pulpit.
By the grace of God, eh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man. Sometimes
Yeah.
when you go throughout the week and you get to go to church and mingle with friends, uh, fresh faces, and interact, and hear the word fresh and prepare for the week. It's just so good, so good, so refreshing. But welcome to the show, the Gospel Hour here. We have probably about 30 minutes to go. It's an hour show every Sunday. And today, the topic we're discussing has to do with change. And I don't know if you're following, but I started with this slide that has to do with change. And when you look at change, it's such a broad topic. And the guy who is holding the C and the G, when you remove, when you bury the G, you see chance, CHANCE, chance. And
Yeah.
whenever you remove the C, you see change. So chances comes with changes. Chances in life comes with changes.
Hmm.
And also, I do have another one here. You have one arrow going the other way, old way, and the one arrow going the other way, new way. And all has to do with change. Another easy area illustration is this: the signs that we drive. Once those of us who are drivers that drive in the street, you know, whenever you see an exit, it's telling you to make a change. Whenever you are exiting from the highway to stop by to refuel or whatever, or to buy grocery or buy something to eat or stop by use the restrooms and stuff, you are making a change because you have left the main way, the main highway, trying to exit to make a change to do something. It all comes. There are spiritual changes, there are physical changes. But I'm trying for us to delve more on the physical first, as in the result, what it does to bring results and good results, not just negative changes, right? As in, change is nothing but shifting, a shifting that one has to make.
Hmm. Hmm.
A shifting in a good way or a shifting in a bad way. Either way. It's not that easy, it's difficult, it's challenging. But as humans, this is something we ought to do in our lives every day. It lives with us, changes. Because we as humans, we are not stuck, we are not stagnant, we are progressive, we move on. We want things done. So constantly, once we engage ourselves in doing things, we are
Yeah.
always changing things. That's how it is. I just want to lay that basis for you to kind of, you know, delve into your side of it.
Yes. So I mean, that's a very good. Is a very good. Discussion. Very good topic. Change comes uh, anytime in one's life. In the journey, and change is cardinal because it is necessary. Like you said, we are humans. We are not stagnant. We keep moving. You need to
Mm-hmm.
make progress. One way or the other, you are born today, you grow tomorrow, you get old. So whatever which way, whether you like it or not, change will come. Change will come. It will come for the better or for the worse. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So change will come for the
I was
better.
hearing a lot. I was hearing a lot of echo from the outside, and I was trying to
Is,
reduce that. Go ahead. You're
is
good.
it okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my earpiece is out. There's someone outside there. So change is necessary and change is a must. It's obvious. It will come, whether we like it or not. But cardinal is the fact that we should be ready when change comes. We should expect it and we should be in readiness. We should be in that position that when it meets us, wherever it meets us, we'll be able to pick and run with it so
Mm-hmm.
that it won't leave us behind. Because if we are left behind, it means we're not ready to make progress. Instead of progress, and that's why you see the arrow, the backward arrow going to the old way. It's like you're stepping back. The one going right is progress. it's clockwise. The two of them, one is anti-clockwise, the old way, and then the other one is what, clockwise, which is the new way.
Right,
So
right.
we all should endeavor to go that way to make progress, in life, one step at a time, though. But it has to be done. It is necessary.
Another area I want us to talk, I was looking at is what makes change difficult. Some of the things that make change difficult. Sometimes I think of impatience. Like sometimes we are very impatient as human beings, period. And as a result, change becomes very difficult for us to execute. Some of us are not patient enough to go through it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that we are going through, even though we know it's a good result, we become very impatient because we want quick results.
Yeah.
And when we don't receive or get those results, then we become very agitated and impatient, and we tend to leave that thing for something else.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you always you would notice that for any given situation, uh, people who are always anxious, who are impatient, are people who are not prepared. Because once you are prepared, you will wait because you know that you are ready. But people who are impatient are people who are not prepared. They are they're not too sure, and so they are thinking, will it come now? Will it come tomorrow? That impatience goes along with ill preparedness. Whoever is prepared will never be in a rush, will never be in haste, will never be impatient. Because you are going to school, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that you want a managerial position. Okay? I mean, I'm just setting a scenario here.
Right. I
Once
got
you
you.
know that you want a managerial position, you know that you need to have a certain level of education.
Mm-hmm.
All right? With that at the back of your mind, you will prepare yourself. And in the process of preparing yourself, you are patient because you know that obviously at the end of 2 years, you either have your diploma, or at the end of 4 years, you have your bachelor's, depending on the kind of managerial job you want.
Right.
And with respect to the educational level you're supposed to have, you will be getting ready and you will be patient because at the end of the day, you're getting a job. But if you're not prepared, then it comes with that impatience.
But what I'm looking at here too, you're so correct on that, is that aspect of the example you just laid. I think something struck to my mind is the process.
Yeah.
The process that one has to go through in order to endure and experience change. Because this is where we all fall short. Most people, sometimes in your lifetime, we all experience that. This is where the falling comes in because we are not willing or able or strong enough to follow through with the process.
Follow through. Yes.
Because the process of, okay, that degree you're talking about, I'm going to have to burn the midnight candle. I'm going to have to do research. I'm going to have to submit assignments. I'm going to have to write papers. I'm going to have to do stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut down good time with my friends because I need to stay focused.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're looking at you opting in and you're working for a good change, but there are other things that you have to put in place.
Yeah.
To eliminate
Of course.
in order to accomplish that change. And one
Let's
of
talk about
them is friends.
friends.
Because
Yeah.
you got to keep your focus because you don't want friends along the way that are distracting, that are not they are not helping you in your goals and plans. So you got to leave them out by the wayside. Say, gentlemen,
Yeah.
we're
And I
not
love your
heading
time
in the same direction.
precisely. Yeah. Your time allotment is very important, very significant. You gotta portion your time, so that it will benefit you. Not sit in front of the television 5 hours to watch soap opera. At the end of the day, you expect to make an A in a test, or at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you expect your report to be in on time. You expect a certain target. Let's take a businessman who makes a business projection. He expects at the end of the day to get $5,000 or $10,000 of profit. You must put the necessary mechanism in place to
Right.
make sure that at the end of the day you will achieve that goal. But if you set the time you should use to put your ideas together, brainstorming, set the various marks, the benchmarks that you acquire, you achieve along the way after 2 months, after 6 months, what you achieve, going towards your 10,000, revenue goal or profit goal. Once you don't use that time wisely, at the end of the day, you fall short of what you're supposed to get. So yeah, very good. Stop wasting time. It's very significant. A lot of us, and there where I will go back to, the issue of impatience. People feel impatient because they're not prepared.
Right.
They're not prepared. And that comes with anxiety as well. That impatience comes with anxiety. You want a thing to come quick. You expect it to come quick. You want it to come quick, but you're not ready. You're not even sure if it comes, whether you be ready to go along with it. That's why opportunities sometimes come and we miss them.
Yeah.
Because we are not ready. And opportunities will come. All right? Granted, whether you're ready or not, opportunities will come. God created us. He said what? In Genesis chapter 1, he said, be fruitful and multiply and replicate the earth. And what? And subdue it. Have dominion. It means along the way, there will be changes in your life that will give you opportunities at certain time. But if you're not ready to what? To go along with this opportunity, to take them and run with it. The Bible says, he said, I think Habakkuk, he said, write the vision.
Yeah.
And make it plain.
Make it plain.
And let they that see run.
Run
that
with it.
Portion, that portion where it says that they that see, it's not talking about everybody that read and write or somebody that, no. People who have, the wisdom to grab and go with it. Like, for example, Sam Garner is having, you launch a program, you launch a business, and you're selling shares. The business is struggling at the beginning. But I see the potential in that business. That's what our scripture is talking about. I will grab it.
You see the possibilities that others don't even see. Yeah.
In the next 5 years, what it would be like. If I buy a share now for $10 or for maybe $1,000, I know that in the next 5, 6 years, it will appreciate to $50,000, that one share. So you see that we must sit with the expectation that it will come, the change will come. But with that expectation should be preparedness.
Preparedness. I like that. It takes me another example that I look at that every human being we have to do is when you're born, after 9 months being carried in the belly, and you are birthed.
Yeah.
You start with milk, baby. And then by the time you look, you are crawling. From crawling, you start walking, you falling now. Actually, not even walking, but you begin to hold stuff to stand. Yeah. Remember, you're holding stuff, you stand, you sit down, and then you're crawling, and then you start. That first step, those of us who are parents, right? That first step your son or your daughter or your child took by themselves, independently, by not holding an object. It's so exciting. You could see them. Come. Sam, come.
Yeah, taking pictures in order to keep the
as they come in, the parent is dressing behind, moving behind, and while they keep coming. Yeah. I remember this very well. One of my boys, and he actually walked in a auto dealership place. I went to go do oil change.
And that's where he walked.
Yeah, I took him out. And the guy just stood up. When I stood him up, everybody sitting there waiting for their cars. And I said, Z, come. The guy started walking, coming towards me. Like, I said,
wow.
Man, I didn't even care about who's watching. Everybody's like, go. That's how the man walked. But I'm looking at that stage, all those stages. Then from childhood to teenage to adult. Those are all changes that we all exercise, we all experience for a better life. We have to all go through that, right? But it doesn't come easy. that walking, that crawling, it's not that easy to that baby, that child. You and I think it's easy because we've been there, done that. But for that individual who is going through that process,
Yeah,
it's not an easy thing for them.
it's not. It's not.
Right. So that is why we want people to understand that change, you can change for the better, but it comes with time and process. A process. That means you have to also look at the distractions around you and let those distractions go away. You have to let some friends go away. You have to let some relationships. You got to let them go because you want to stay focused. Because you have your ball, like you just mentioned. You know, your mind is on a position that you want to one day occupy. And these are the steps, qualification that leads to that position.
Yeah.
If you want to work in a hospital, you want to operate as a doctor, there are criteria you have to follow through.
Yeah.
To earn that, to work as a doctor. You know, and it doesn't come easily. But it comes. It's possible. And just like I mentioned earlier, you can change for the worst or you can change for the better. It's all based on your choices. The choices that one make, they're very, very crucial, very, very critical. Just like what we saw, one person is going one way, another person is going another way.
Yes.
And of course, changes comes with goal setting. Goals.
Yeah.
And I call it SMART. Goal setting, one has to be specific with your goals. Your goals must be measurable. It must be attainable, relevant, and time bound. You just talked about that though. Time.
Yeah.
So in order for one to achieve, to make change, one has to have goals set. It's all part of the process.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Yeah. Goals is very important. That's a good point you struck. You need to set goals. You need to, someone will say, write your story down. That's what somebody will tell you. Write your story down. What do you want to achieve by the end of the day? You have to, because there are lots and lots of possible ways to enhance change in your life as a human being. Like I said, it will come. The change will come, right? But you need to enhance it depending on how prepared you are, depending on your goals, depending on your preferences, depending on the circumstances, that you live in at a time, the environment in which you live. One of it, like you talk about the goals, to enhance your goals and make it attainable, you need to write your story down. Write out, sometimes it's not a bad thing to narrow them down on a piece of paper, because if they are flying through your head, just off head, sometimes you forget, so write them down, and also try to identify what is keeping you somewhere stagnant, so that you can get rid of those obstacles. Is that noise coming from me?
Huh?
I hear some feedback. I don't know. You get any feedback?
There is some sort of clicking that's taking place. It started since yesterday. I haven't been able to nip it down. So yeah.
Okay. No, it's not bad. It's not too bad. So your goals you also have to consider, your strength, if you are dealing with that. And those are, it's also good to seek help along the way, all of those things.
Yes, that is so good. That's a very good way right there.
Don't be alone. Don't be an island. The Bible says, iron sharpeneth iron.
Yes.
So a man does the countenance of his brother. So it helps you. It helps to build you up. The idea I have, I see you, and I say, my brother, I have this idea. What do you? Even though, let me just sound as caveat. Sometimes it's not good to take all of the ideas and just scatter them out.
Yeah.
But
you be exposed. Some people are not private.
Some
they don't have the integrity. They would steal
some
your
will
ideas.
even discourage you.
Yeah.
They would discourage, oh, come on, But it's good sometimes, with some direction, Sometimes you are led to tell somebody about, and that person, will pick it up and they will help you run with it, you know. So goals are very good because if you don't set goals, it will be hard for you to achieve anything. Even if the change come, you won't go along with that change. You will stay behind. But if you have a goal set, and which comes back again to the drawing board, preparedness. So I mean,
Wow.
yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time, but it's a very good topic, and maybe we can bring it around again. And this time around, maybe some other guys will be on because I think you just sent it a couple of minutes before the show started.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
It
why
was
most
it was
people,
just like I'm like it just dawned on me. I'm like,
yeah, it's a
maybe
very
someone to talk about change
significant
because
topic.
the beginning of the year, this is a topic that we can exhaust well enough. That was just like you just mentioned. You talked about iron sharpens iron. It will help each and every one of us because when you find yourself within a company that is very challenging, I gave you this my junior high days at the mission for your Free Pentecostal mission. Those of us that were in our class were very competitive. Man, we are so competitive to the point that when we're taking a test, we'll be so mean to each other not to even share the answers.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't want the next guy to make grades more than me.
Yeah, to score higher grade than you.
Right, so that's how it was. So the teacher will leave us and he gone out. And we all duking it out together. Very competitive. Especially we had two or three females in our class. And they were very studious too, very smart. You play around, they'll make 100 over you. It's just like that. Yeah. So we used to do all that very, very competitive in our 7th grade, 8th grade, and 9th grade class. That's how it went. That class was the class on campus.
Wow.
Very smart, very competitive. And funny enough, when I look back, hindsight 2021, when I look at that class, we all are doing well by His grace. Most of us have traveled. We're all living in different countries, in Europe, or some parts of Africa, here in America, other parts. We all are doing well. That particular class, very challenging, very competitive, very studious.
Yeah. The prospects
right.
are very good. You need prospects. All of those things play vital role. In enhancing one's future. And the successes you will achieve along the way. You must have the mindset. The mindset, that's also a good thing. So we can all and this topic is so important that it doesn't even it becomes even more vital if we elevate the conversation on the national level, because you need change as an individual, but you need it more as a collective body, especially when it comes to the society, the community, the larger society, especially the country. Let's take Liberia, especially our country, Liberia. We need that. We need change. And that change must come from the backdrop that all of us will have a positive mindset. There may be some elements along the way, obviously, that will, but if a good percentage, a positive percentage, like a 70+% of us, have the mindset to forge ahead. We can change minds. Former Information Minister Honor Ellen, just Dr. Brople. Is that Brople? Brople?
I don't. My
Reverend
brain kind of froze on him.
One of the, I think it's Brople, one of them. He had a program on one of the radio stations in Liberia that I remember he used to call it Changing Minds and Changing Attitude. And that was a very good program, but they were not able to build up. He was a minister, so he was not able to to handle the program the way it should have. That was a very good program.
Yeah.
He would have used to educate them, the Liberian population, especially the students, come on the airway, but he never had a time though. And the station itself was not able to develop the program to build up to a certain stage, for people to really benefit. But it's a very good program. Changing minds and changing attitudes is a good one. And this topic goes in line with that. If Liberia should have any means of moving from this stage to at least another stage, our minds need to be changed. Our attitudes need to be changed. And we must concentrate on the bigger picture and forget about self. That's one of the things we need to do. It will take a hard haul, but we can do it. Only.
It's possible.
Only.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so possible. And I like that because that's a very good way to look at it, to elevate that discussion to the national level, on the national level, because when it starts within the society or the family, it starts within, then a nation.
Yeah.
The Bible scripture says it. Say, because for the lack of knowledge, my people perished.
My people perish. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is that once that change, and even smaller changes should not be overlooked. They are very important.
You can't overlook small beginnings.
Those smaller changes lead to bigger changes.
To bigger ones.
Yeah. I'm before you could come on the show, I mentioned the idea of someone who wants to lose weight, right? And so if someone wants to lose weight, there are measures they have to follow through in order to lose weight. They have to follow measures. Okay, I want to make sure if I'm going to lose weight, first and foremost, I'm going to have to eat differently. I'm going to have a special diet regimen. Either I'm going to consult a nutritionist. I'm going to have to restrict myself on calories and all of that. Do some cleansing, weight watching, and all of that stuff. And then the thousands of choices that comes with that means you now have to decide which store to even buy, where to go and shop.
Yeah, organic and inorganic. You got to consider all of those.
Right. So you have to look at all of those, and then even if you buy the food, you're thinking now, how you even going to prepare it?
Yeah.
You watching yourself, how you prepare it, how you buy it, what it costs. All of those you have to take into consideration. And because of that, it all leads to change. Because at the end of the day, your most important goal is losing the weight.
Yeah, very significant, very important.
Losing the weight, but all these little things, my man, that goes through
steps that lead to that losing. Yeah, it's very important, very, very important. We got to start from, that's why I said we can begin the discussion from the individual level. Then from there we go to the family. Then we can elevate, it to the larger society. Because it's important. There is nothing. I was delivering a sermon once, and I told the congregation, there is no work that starts from up. Everything starts from down.
You remind me on this one.
Yeah, very good. It starts from down. The only work that starts from up is digging a grave. That's the only work.
Ooh, I like that.
That's the only work. You start from up, you go down, and that is not what. That is not anything. It's not a success story. It's something that it's like the end to a beginning. You're gonna bury someone. The person's life has already expired. So that's just the way I would put it. If you want to succeed, you got to start from the lower elements. Consider all the factors that are down there. If it causes you to sleep for 5 hours or 3 hours, start from there. If it causes you to like you were saying, cut off some friends, do that. If it causes you not to make phone calls, as you used to do, all of those things, they are ingredients.
Social media.
Yeah, social media.
Which is so distracting.
Hours on scrolling. They want to see every information the person put. They want to tag. They want to respond.
Do you know what technology does? A friend of mine was telling me, not to even cut you off. this social media, these phones that we watch, when you are gazing, it like spying you, how you move your eyes around, what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it does. It's spying, is moving you, and knowing that what you browsing and stuff, they start feeding you. The algorithms will
Yeah,
start feeding you
yeah.
with
That's what they
is
do.
more
Because,
interesting to you.
yeah,
While you are browsing,
yeah.
other options,
Whatever you
giving you
click.
other options.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look, it's keeping you so much online. You just wasted 2-3 hours on your
You should
phone.
have, yeah, you should have used those 2 hours, to do something that
Yeah,
will, I will at least take you one step closer to your goal, and you just wasted those 2 hours for nothing. So I mean, it's changed. It's a very good topic. I think we should have another run at it, if maybe a couple of days or discussion time period, if it's possible, you know, and encourage the other guys to come on board, and we can discuss it from various perspectives. We can discuss it from even the religious aspect. You can discuss it from
the,
the political aspect. We can
even
discuss it from the
even the
financial
marriage,
aspect.
the
Yeah,
relationship aspect.
relationship aspect. We can discuss it from various aspects, because they all factor into the equation
Yeah,
when it comes to achieving your goal. Because if you don't have a good spouse, you might have a good plan, but that plan will fail.
that's
Why?
true.
Because maybe you have a good plan, and maybe you generated some cash, or maybe you made a business plan, right? And you say, okay, we're gonna take a loan from the bank, about 50,000 to put in the business. But your spouse is not in line with that. At the end of the day, you expect that's your spouse will be us, will kind of misuse the funds, you know,
Yeah,
and
give
do
you
something.
a big setback.
Yeah, big setback, and you have to repay the loan. Where are you gonna get the money from? So all of that. So it's very important. Change, starts with the individual. It spreads out to the family. Your children are all involved. Everyone is part of the process. Because if you leave one factor out, it affects the equation. X
Mm.
plus 3 is equal to 5. If you leave that 5 out, X plus 3 will not be equal to 5. Except if the condition is that X is not equal to so. You know how the mathematicians do
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So everything plays a part in the equation. One factor left out, there will be a problem. Then you won't have
Wow.
a solution. Where the mathematician will tell you there is no solution to this problem. That means you
It's
can't
very
you
key.
can't find it.
It's very unique,
Yeah,
man. It's being,
yeah,
especially when you're discussing it from a
yeah.
family perspective, as a father, as a mother, or a wife. You have children. It all comes about change too. It humbles you as a father. You have to make those changes to be that good father you want to be to your children.
Yeah,
Sometimes
definitely.
you want it your own way, you cause trouble, more trouble. But it's part of the process, right? As a parent, that you have to go through that too. It's a learning process. And sometimes
Mhm.
the beautiful thing is our people don't teach us this growing up. But here in the US, they have those options where you can go for counseling.
Yeah,
If you are facing this kind of serious issues with your children or relationship and stuff, where people are very practical to teach you, to counsel you, to guide you along the way, give you enough information. Now it's left with you to take it and implement it. You
yeah,
know, so it's very
definitely.
good for us. And I like the topic. It's a good topic. It comes with someone who is willing to push, and you have to push,
Push.
and you
Yeah.
have to push, and you
Mhm.
never quit. Because if you stop pushing, your life becomes very complacent, very stagnant, and you don't like that. It becomes boring
Yeah.
because we are not used to being stagnant,
No.
right? People
No.
sit around. I'm bored. It's boring. My life is boring because nothing is doing. You are not experiencing any change. That is why your life is boring. you know so constantly you got to keep thinking, and you got to keep implementing and doing
Yes.
things.
Doing things.
You can't
Yeah.
do the same thing over and over and expect a different
A
result,
different result. Yeah.
right?
It's,
So
you
that's
know.
that's I like that. Those are our people online that are following us today. Thank you for following us. Our brother Nabima, all the way in Canada. For my principal, he's still my principal too. You know, my man all the way Boston, Satamba. Thanks for following us. Samuel Faya, my niece all the way LRB. You know, First Lady Naomi Goko, LRB as well. All of you, thank you. I hope this topic where we in order for us to do this topic due diligence and justice enough, we're probably gonna have to talk within a 1 month period, maybe
Yeah.
3 or 4 Sundays, to be able to
Even that
handle.
would not be enough because it's a whole subject matter by itself. But that 4 weeks will do justice. I think it will do justice to the topic, and will, if not for us here now, maybe it will begin. It will start a conversation. That will spread across the board, and people will start, hashtagging with it. And one hashtag takes over. You don't have to discuss it anymore. It's gone to the larger society. People will start to, think about it. And people, just before we go, I just want to throw this in. People feel that when they do something, they're afraid of failure, so they don't want to do it. That's a very bad way of thinking about it.
So,
Our
so fear could be one of the things.
Yeah,
Fear of
yeah,
the
fear
unknown.
could be one of them, but it's something that we can expand on because fear is good if you use it positively. Okay, that's why you need to do
How,
it. You need
how,
to grow
how
in
is
it.
how is fear good when God doesn't support fear?
Yeah, what we have to fear God. That's a good fear.
Okay.
All right, that's why I say fear is good when you use it positively. You know, we have to fear God. If we don't fear God, then we are. You have to fear to do
Yeah,
evil.
but is it not the same God, same Bible that says, um, fear is not of God?
Fear is not of God. It's not talking about you shouldn't fear
That
God.
that type of fear we're talking about, when you have fear within you have a fear. It's
Yeah,
from the enemy. It's not of God.
yeah, that's the one. That's good. All right. Let's say, for example, you want to do something. Let's say, for example, Sam want to undertake a project, but he's afraid. That fear there is the one the Bible is talking about. It's not of God. Because
Mhm.
I go back to Genesis again. He said what? Be fruitful and multiply. He said what? Subdue the earth. Have dominion. That dominion and subdue. I mean, subduing the earth. It doesn't come with fear. It comes with boldness.
Mhm.
Looking at the unknown, moving into uncharted waters. That's what the Bible talk about. That fear. It says the fear is not good. But when I say fear is good, you have to have fear. To do evil. That fear to do evil, you know that if you do it, it's not good. That fear is a good fear. You need to have fear in order to fear God. That's a good one. You know, I think that's the picture I wanted to paint. But
Okay.
going back to failure, people feel that when they fail, I mean, they will fail, so they don't want to do. No, there is no way you will fail when you undertake a project. There's no way you will fail. During the men's conference 2 years ago, I told them the topic was becoming a champion. Who's a champion? And I told them that, a champion is somebody who enters the ring because you have to fight. No matter what you do, you can't escape the ring because there where your title as a victor or as a champion will come from.
Mhm.
Enter the ring, there are two things that happen to you. There are two things. There are two results. But failure is not part of those two results. The two results you get out of the ring is one, you win.
Or you lose.
You win. I'm coming. You win as a champion. Okay? Either you win or you learn. I don't say lose.
My man,
Lose,
I'm losing there.
yeah, that losing, but you learn.
Yeah, but
Either way,
even
you
the
don't.
man who won, there's something he will learn out of the winning.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
man
but what
who
I'm
who
saying, so
loses will still learn something
we
out
still
of the
learn.
losing.
So in that case, you don't lose. I mean, you don't fail because what you will learn from the other guy who won will help you for the next starts. The next time you enter the ring, you know what to do. So if you want to take a project and you fell short of it, it's not a failure. It's a what? We call it learning cue. It's an experience.
Mhm.
So the next time when you everything in place, you know that the next time you undertake that project, you're going to succeed because you know what to do. Because failing to prepare is preparing to fail. You must do something. If you don't do it,
so you are of the opinion that anything that happens to one in life happens for a purpose, happens for a reason. It happens
there is a
as
reason.
a way to learn. There's
Yes.
something to learn from,
Yes.
whether if it is a failure or something successful or something
Yes.
bad.
Yeah.
There's somewhere a lesson that
It
God
comes
is
out of it.
teaching us out of
Yeah.
all our challenges, all out of our chinches, all out of whatever life brings our way. There's always something to learn, to draw
There's
from.
always something. There's also a lesson. Ecclesiastes chapter 3. There was a lesson. There was a purpose. Everything that happens has a reason. And that reason gives us, that's why Solomon talked about it in that chapter. Talk about all the various reasons. Time to live, time to die, time to be born, time to live, time to, everything you have, you must pick a lesson from it. If you don't pick a lesson from it, it means you don't have any prospects of succeeding. Then your prospects of succeeding are very low because you must pick something. Even when you wake up in the day, Sam, and you go out, you come back in. Those 12 hours, let's assume you stay out for 12 hours. Whatever time you spend out for, even in the house, there is a lesson for every day. Every day has a lesson. If you miss it, well, fine. Sometimes you don't really get it. But there is a lesson for every day, for everybody. That is why we are alive.
That is so good. That is so good.
Yeah.
So
Every
good.
day.
Yeah.
But
And we're going to have to elevate this conversation. It's a beautiful, beautiful one, folks. Those of you who are joining us, we started a topic about change. And it is a topic that is right on time. Now that we are just 7 days into the new year, this word, chance, take the chances, or you will have no change. You have to take a chance to experience a change. Without you not taking the chances, you're not going to see anything happening. So you always take chances. Life is full of it. But sometimes you see somebody is mad. Somebody said, "No, leave me." Your comfort zone. Some of us are too comfortable where we at.
very.
We're so comfortable. We think we have arrived. Even the guys who are millionaires and billionaires, they're always striving for more. Striving for more. Striving for more. Some of us, if we were rich like them, I think we'll be sitting there and, until sicknesses come from somewhere and hit us hard before you
Yeah.
realize. But
Something
these
about
guys
it
that
is
make money,
business.
like Warren Buffett or Bill Gates, they are always working, doing something. They're always innovating. They're always coming up with ideas. I mean, they see the world a different place. With their eyes, they see it differently. Meaning change.
Consistency. Yeah.
Sending men to the moon. It's change. The satellite that gave us whatever access to communicate like this, it's change. Someone had to do it. So it's
Someone
very
took
important.
the chance.
And that's when we elevate that conversation
Yeah.
to a whole national or worldwide governmental level. It'll be very, very expedient. Very, very good for
Very, very important.
for it. So folks, we'll be here next week. Of course, during the course of the week, we have our weekly broadcast here at Talk TV Media Network. Share the like, follow us. We talk politics here, and of course, every Thursday now at 12 noon we resume our business talk. Every Thursday at 12 noon, business talk, 1 hour, where we'll be bringing panelists as well, people who have had successes and failures in business. Someone failed once, twice, and they made it, and they are successful. You want to hear from them. What's the secret? What's the way out? That's what you want to know, from people. You align yourself, how you position yourself, how you start a business. The year just started. Those of you who are into business, what you need to do differently. all of that I want to talk to you about. So just like I mentioned last Thursday, not everyone is called to do business. You
No,
know, not everyone is
no,
called to do business. It got to be a
definitely.
passion. You
Mhm.
know, if it is just for money, you sometimes you're on the wrong path. You know, it has to be a passion within you. You know, and then while you explore that gifting, that passion, the money will follow. The money will come. You know, that's how it is. So that, and then of course Friday as well will be our musical aspect, the entertainment aspect of Friday night, and Saturday, sport day. We started our sports. You know, our guys covering our sporting stuff as
Oh,
well. You know, all the FC teams are playing around town coverage. You know, especially not if the county league, if the new government takes over and the county league starts, we'll be bringing you that live. Of course, we'll be having a show like this on Sports Talk TV, Sports Talk. You know, where we give you information of what's going on in the sports world, in American football, soccer, uh, basketball, uh, volleyball, all of that. You know, so we'll be doing that. And of course, Saturday as well in the evening, 10 p.m. Liberian time is when we'll bring you the dialect show, the Talk TV Media Kissy show. And if you can find any other person out there who speak different dialect, you know, like Basso, Ku, or Pele, Mano, all of that, please direct them to us. We would love to have them too. Incorporate
yeah,
all of that on our platform. We
that's
give them
important.
time so they will have a platform to talk to their people. It's very to create more awareness, you know, uh, because we want to make sure that we are able to reach every fabric of our society. So there you have it. And of course, every Sunday is the gospel hour, you know, where we talk as well. Man, you ready to go eat your fufu and soup?
It's cold here, man. I wanna maybe relax a little bit afterwards.
Okay. Hey, Ruth, you all the way. I think Ruth, you in Australia or somewhere Europe. Thanks for watching with us, Ruth Kendema. You know, long time no see.
Oh yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
people.
way out there.
Yeah, so
So,
for all those
folks,
who are following, we thank you for following. You know,
yeah.
join us again another time.
So we leave you with a
Same
song
place.
by the late Moses Soare, one of Liberia's top artists who impacted the musical world about about keep on trying. Everything doesn't come easy. Keep on trying, Moses Soare. Enjoy it. And then we'll see you here next week. Uh, like I always say, don't do what I do, do what God wants you to do. Enjoy your peace.
Thank you. All right, have a wonderful one.
In life, it doesn't matter how hard you try, but you cannot satisfy everyone. There are people
So why are you getting
who
calling about your phone? Oh
life is
no,
a
calling you
process
again.
to be from one stage and go to the other. From there, you go to another. Every stage you reach, you hear a different song, but you got to keep dancing, yeah, according to the rhythm. As long as there is life, there is hope. So keep your head up, my brother. Just keep moving on. Just keep on, keep on trying. Your time will come. Your time will just keep on, keep on trying. Your time will come. Your time will come. They underestimate you because of the present condition, but the downfall of a man, hey, it's not the end of this life. Then who jobless, no man conquers. When it's time, you gonna shine. There will always have things to say. Some will call you good for nothing.